2022 has been a great year for me personally and professionally. My family has settled into our new home in Arizona. My girls are doing well in school, friends, and activities, and I've been able to start my Just Seven Steps blog and podcast. After 6 months of blogging, I've posted on a total of 26 topics so far. These topics have ranged from questions I've received from parents to areas of interest I've been working on with my consulting work. Many of these blogs have also served as the meat for my 1-minute Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. So I thought that for this special end of the year roundup, I would group and share with you some of my favorite shorts taken from some of this year's best blog posts today on Just 7 Steps. Hello, my name is Robert Schramm, and I'm a behavior analyst, education consultant, parenting specialist, author, and dad. And I'm also the developer of the Just 7 Steps approach to instructional motivation. This year and this blog wouldn't have been nearly as successful as it has been without all of you out there doing the dirty work of liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I know it's a real hassle to stop watching something that you find interesting and take a moment to like and subscribe, but you wouldn't believe how many more people it helps my content to reach. A single like or comment can push the blog into a whole new realm of viewers. So you can actually be responsible for helping new families find support from this blog just by liking, commenting, and subscribing. So I really hope that you do. This year, we had a lot of really great little short videos about a number of important topics. The first that comes to mind is the time spent talking about relationships and building a positive family culture. There's nothing more important to a parent than creating a close, positive relationship with their child. And one thing is for sure, you are not going to get there by being more permissive or by giving in to your child's every want. You'll have to do it with a combination of factors. You need to know how to control and use important motivators, how to pair yourself with your child's favorite things, set fair and consistent boundaries, and learn the value of following through. Knowing how to do these things and a few more consistently is the key to developing the positive reciprocal relationship with your child that you want and that you both deserve. What's more important in life than establishing a healthy family culture? One where you and your kids are teammates in the process of running the family home and helping them grow and develop into competent young adults. Start from a place of safety and love. Look to build positive behavior, not tear down negative behavior. Start small and build over time only from success. Learn to talk instead of yell. Let meaningful consequences do the work for you. Don't be afraid to model asking them for help when you need it, and offer your kids help when you think they need it. But don't try to force it on them or micromanage their lives. Learn not to focus on the negative with your kids. Parenting is about building new skills and abilities. And to build skills, you need to increase good behavior and positive communication. If you only focus on the mistakes your child makes and correct them, you're actually not building anything, but merely tearing down behavior and along with it, your child's confidence and desire to engage with you. Instead, try to focus on motivating your child toward better behavior and finding ways to give that behavior value and purpose when you see it. It is this value and purpose that will motivate more of the positive behavior in the future. One of the best ways to build a positive relationship with your kids is to be fun and even funny. Making them laugh and fostering good times is the best way to build positive feelings. But be careful in your attempts to not make fun of them. Even if they seem to take a joke well, teasing your kids can do long-term damage to their self-esteem. And if paired with frequent criticism for mistakes, it can even cause them to want to avoid you and damage their feelings towards you. So try to be the bringer of laughs and fun to your kids, but be careful to never make fun of them. You're too important, and they need to see that you love them and respect them in good times and in bad. Is that right? Yeah. Respect is defined as having a deep feeling for someone or something based on their abilities, qualities, or achievements, and having a due regard for their feelings, wishes, or rights. Now, I'm often asked by parents how they can get their child to respect them more, and I can teach them that. But before I help you earn your child's respect, I need to know that you are giving them respect as well. Are you consistently demonstrating a deep feeling for your child based on their abilities, qualities, or achievements? And do you have a due regard for their feelings, wishes, or rights? Do you? Are you sure? Because if so, then I can help you with just 7 steps. Instruction giving, organizing, reinforcement, access, and some common behavior problems like handling meltdowns and getting kids to accept the answer no were also topics of interest this year on the blog. One of the most important aspects in getting your kids to cooperate with your instructions the first time without having to yell or nag them is to make sure you stop calling your instructions in from another room to a child who is attending to other things. Halt their current activity and be sure to gain their eye contact before clearly stating your instruction. Then look for a verbal acknowledgement of agreement to the instruction. This way they will be much more likely to complete the task, and if it isn't done as you expect, then you can stay calm and follow through with a thought-out consequence, as there is no denying they heard and agreed to cooperate. And if I was going to give parents just one tip to get their kids to start listening and cooperating with parental instructions, it would be this. Have the ability to control access to your child's most important things. It doesn't mean deprive them of anything, but set up your home environment so that you can control easily when and how much of these things that they can have. If you can control access to it, you can use it as a reason why they would more regularly choose better behavior. It won't stop honest mistakes, but it will put you in the position you need to be able to consistently have a positive effect on their behavior. Why do children have meltdowns? Well, children are highly emotional beings constantly going through states of growth and development. They're experiencing new situations on the daily, and they are trying their best to navigate a thoroughly complicated and ever-changing world. They count on us for guidance and support and understanding, and they need us to be able to be there for them as we push them through a never-ending gauntlet of potential disappointments. Yes, life is filled with fun and joy, but to really get to enjoy these things, we have to get them through life's disappointments as quickly and painlessly as possible. And children just aren't born with this skill. It's something that they're going to have to learn through experience. And as parents, we need the tools and skills to guide them. Accepting the answer no can be extremely hard for children. Nobody likes to be told no, and if you're not careful, no's not handled correctly can lead to consistent meltdowns. It's not likely to avoid all meltdowns, especially with younger kids. But if you want to minimize them, one of the best things you can do is to teach your child to accept the answer no. I know that's easier said than done, but there are proven techniques for families who know where to go for help. You can be one of those families. We also talked about how to deal with older kids and teenagers, handling that changes that come when your kids no longer rely on you for everything, but still need you as much as ever. Don't be bothered too much when your teenager finds you to be embarrassing. Lean into it. Try to find a way to be okay with it. Doesn't mean to purposely try to be embarrassing or to get even with them by trying to embarrass them in front of their friends. Because as silly as it may seem to your adult brain, this embarrassment is a real thing that they experience deeply, and they truly can't help. Just know that it is inevitable, and you might as well learn how to enjoy the experience. Because like every other phase your children have gone through, this too shall pass, and there will actually be things about this time in your life that you will miss. Don't be bothered by the fact that the kid that used to idolize you now seems to want to have little to do with you and is much more focused on their friends. It's a healthy part of growth and development for them. In the early teenage years, it is all about learning how to fit in. When they get a bit older, it'll be all about learning how to stand out. And that is when they will finally be able to appreciate just what a cool and wonderful parent you've always been. The only thing you can do now to ruin that is to not allow them this time to figure out who they're going to be. When dealing with all the teenage drama around your house, try to remember this one thing. It's not personal, it's hormones. A teenage brain and emotional intelligence is not fully developed, yet their hormones are through the roof. There's nothing that a teenager does or says that is more than an immediate reaction to their circumstances based on a developing ego and the confidence that comes from feeling independence for the first time. Their moods are changing constantly, and they spend most of their time with friends who think just like they do. They will be infinitely embarrassed by anything their friends might see as weird, which usually includes just about everything a parent might say or do. They want what they want with immense passion, making it very hard to see anyone else's perspective. So when dealing with the teenage drama, you have to remind yourself that it's not personal and it's not permanent. And discipline was another hot button topic in the world of YouTube and Instagram this year.
as we discussed both good and bad ways to discipline your children.
There are good and bad ways to discipline your children, and today I'm going to talk about the good way. First, stay calm and remind them of their error and give them a chance to fix it with little to no consequence. Next, stay calm and ask them why they may have broken the rule or used the bad behavior. Then stay calm and find a measured response that is meaningful to your child and involves the removal of a preferred item or opportunity in the short term. Next, stay calm and be able to undo your meaningful consequence as soon as you see behavior you'd like to reinforce. And finally, if your child escalates behavior, just stay calm and wait out their escalation before giving them a chance to change their situation. But most importantly, try to always stay calm and go to just 7 steps for details. Today, I'm talking about discipline options that you're going to want to avoid. So, here are your don't do's. Don't yell, nag, belittle, embarrass your kids. Stay away from physical punishments like spankings. Don't give them additional workload to pay them back for mistakes that they've made. And stay away from threats and warnings. Instead, what you should do is always try to stay calm and find a measured response that is meaningful to your child and involves the removal of items or opportunities for a short period of time that can easily be undone with better behavior. If you're interested in the reasons why and what else you can do to set healthy boundaries with your kids in positive ways, just go to just 7 steps for details.
And finally, I shared with you a few tidbits on what I think is just plain good advice for parents, like the importance of maintaining your health and helping your kids see that nobody is actually perfect.
Remember, there's a reason the airline tells us to first put oxygen masks on ourselves before we put them on our kids. And this is because we can't do anything to help support or guide them when we are incapacitated as well. So use this to remind yourself that your mental and physical and emotional health has to stay a priority as a parent. If you neglect your own needs for too long, you won't be any good to your kids. To help them, we have to be there and we have to be healthy. So take care of yourself, get the help you need so you can be a long-term help to those that you love. Hey, moms, dads, are you taking care of yourself? One big mistake parents make with their kids is that they want to seem perfect or infallible. When they're younger, your kids are naturally going to see you as perfect because you generally seem to know everything. But as they grow, it becomes important to let them know that you too make mistakes, screw things up, have regrets, and sometimes just don't know the answer. If your house is being run exactly the way you want it to, there's little chance you'll be making any mistakes. Conversely, it can begin to feel to them like all they do is make mistakes in your eyes. If you're constantly critical of them and you come off to them as infallible, there will be a point in time where they will not want to confide in you when they don't feel perfect, and they could really use your help. So try not to act or seem perfect to your kids. Let them know that making mistakes is just part of life.
Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope that you have a great year, as great a year as I have had. And here's looking to the future for an amazing and progress-filled 2023. Remember, whenever you need help with your children, everything you need to do can be boiled down to just 7 steps. Check out how cool my daughter is. Hey, Zoe, catch! Yeah.